Hello, my witchlets, and welcome to Meatless Monday. Apparently. It was a very long weekend, so I didn't have a chance to actually film anything. It was a very long day today, even though I did nothing other than try to let my body rejuvenate itself, because long weekend was long. But we're gonna make twice baked butternut squash this evening. So this is going to take a while to make. It's going to take probably about an hour and a half from start to finish. I have my oven preheating right now. We're trying to get it up to 400 degrees, and you can either put your halved and scooped out butternut squash on a baking sheet that's covered with parchment, or you can put it in a baking dish. I prefer the baking dish because I drop things, and my baking pans are warped and they just kind of do that weird kind of thing, and this right here is stuck and I can't get it open, and it's really frustrating. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some olive oil and we're gonna just this over our cut side of our butternut squash. Rub it in. All right, and then grab a paper towel. And then we are going to put some salt and pepper on it to taste. And once my oven tells me that it's at temperature, we'll go ahead and stick it in the oven, and we'll want to roast this for about 40 to 50 minutes until the squash is fork tender. And then we'll take it out and let it cool, and we'll get started with the rest of what we need. Alrighty, so it's been a long time, and the squash is done cooking. We went ahead and scooped out the flesh, leaving a 1/4-inch border around and kind of underneath here. That's what you want to do. This was exciting content that no one wanted to see, not even me. So we just kind of did that off camera. So it is all here in this bowl, and what you're going to do is you're going to mix this. You're going to use a fork to do this, and you're going to kind of mash this up, and you're going to add in there a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now I have here, the recipe total is 3/4 of a cup. I have here 1/2 cup and 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. This gets sprinkled on top right before you bake it. This goes into the center of your stuff. And you also need a 1/2 cup of either Greek yogurt or cream cheese. So I'm using cream cheese because my Greek yogurt was dead, which is a really nice way of putting it, or a really
it was pretty.
It was very pretty. Yes, it was very pretty. Greek yogurt is not supposed to be pretty, especially when it's plain Greek yogurt. It should not be pink and green.
And shades of black.
And shades of what?
Black.
Black, yeah. That is not right. Hi, Rocky. It's not lap time right now.
But cream cheese.
I know, but cream cheese. All right, so you're gonna mix this around and get this all good and mixed together. This is gonna take a little bit of time and a lot of muscle, and I'm just gonna go ahead, and you wanna salt and pepper this to taste, so I'm gonna do that many turns of salt. Who knows? That many turns of pepper. And then I'm going to mix this together. Now, if you want to do this recipe, you can find the recipe if you do a Google search for twice baked butternut squash. The recipe that you are looking for is from the Ambitious Kitchen. They did a really fantastic thing that I really wanted to try, and since you know me, and I do all the weird and crazy stuff, we're gonna make, yeah, hi, I know you're there. Your nose is really cold. Can you not do that, please? We are going to make some. What are we making? Nuts. We're not going to make the nuts. I mean, the nuts exist already, but we're going to toast them and mix them with sea salt and maple syrup, and those are going to be one of the garnishes that we put on top of this thing. But I thought this was going to take longer to mix, but it's actually mixing up pretty easily and pretty well, so I guess we'll just keep going.
It's always room temperature cream cheese.
Yeah. Room temperature cream cheese is definitely what you want to use in this particular recipe. My cream cheese has been sitting out since before I started this entire process. Okay, so this is my mixture, and it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty, but it's also pretty well mixed together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refill each of these halves with this mixture and apparently drop it right in my Parmesan cheese. This, like the recipe says, it's twice baked butternut squash. So you're going to do it the same way you would do twice baked potatoes of any variety, whether they're sweet potatoes or regular potatoes or whatever. This should theoretically all fit back in here because, you know, it came out of these. That's how that works. Now there are some recipes that actually call for adding in sweet potatoes, and I was going to do one of those recipes, except I used my sweet potatoes the other day for dinner because I needed to, and so I didn't have any sweet potatoes. So you're stuck with just butternut squash. Just butternut squash. I love butternut squash. It's one of my favorite squashes.
So easy to grow too.
Yes, and I can't wait to do that. I want to be in a place that is a happy place that happily allows me to grow food, because I don't like paying money for things that I can grow myself. All right, so at this point, we're just going to sprinkle Parmesan on top here. And we're going to stick this back in the oven for 15 minutes and reframe and take a look at the nut thing that we're doing. And I'm sure you all can just have fun in the comments with what I'm saying. You all, like the three of you who comment. The three of you who pay attention. The three of you who have stuck with me thus far, I thank you. Theoretically, I will have some videos going up on YouTube here after this, not this week, the week after next week, I guess is how I would say that. That's, you know, how humans communicate. That will be me cooking over like open fire, because we are going to be going to a medieval event that we love doing, and I like cooking over open fire, and so that's what we're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna spread this, smooth this out, just like that. This is gonna go back into our 400-degree oven for approximately 15 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and reframe things, and we'll work on the toppings. Okay, so I don't like pecans, so I don't have any pecans. So instead of using pecans, we are using a mixture of macadamia nuts and pistachios. So what we're going to do is we're going to toast the nuts, it's about 1/4 cup of chopped nuts. We're going to toast these over medium heat for approximately 3 to 5 minutes until they're like a nice light golden brown color. And then we're going to add in about a teaspoon of maple syrup. If you have pure maple syrup, that's what you want. I only have the keto maple syrup because I'm not a huge maple syrup fan. So I have like the low sugar version because it's filled with preservatives, lasts longer. So I'll be using that, and then you'll want some sea salt, which I'm gonna grab here really fast. So yeah, you want to lightly toast these, and this is completely optional. I'm doing this because I can, because I have an inordinate amount of nuts of various varieties in my apartment, and they need to get used, especially the macadamia nuts, unless we start putting them in the refrigerator. They have a short shelf life. So got about another 1.5 minutes on my 3-minute timer for toasting these, and then we will see how they're doing, if they need more time to get all toasty, or what. Does this say to stir continuously? No, stir occasionally. So make sure that you only stir occasionally, otherwise you'll be standing here forever trying to toast D's nuts. Haha, I did it. I made my D's nuts joke. I'm good. I can now move on with life. Did I mention it was a very long weekend that was spent in the sun? Just like the previous weekend, we were in the desert again because I am a glutton for punishment.
But that was fun.
It was fun. Both weekends were fun. I mean, this weekend we had an SCA event where we got to watch amazing fighters fight for the right to rule our kingdom for 6 months. Sir Valeric MacIan, I believe his name is, won. And so he is our crowned prince, I suppose. Something like that. And he was fighting. So what I love about Crown is that anybody can win. And when I say anybody can win, I mean you can be a knight of the realm and win, or you can be what we call an unbelted, which is someone who has not been offered knighthood as part of the peerage situation. Our current king, Ponza, is unbelted. So like he beat the knights, who are supposed to be like the most amazing people in their they're outstanding in their field, so to speak.
They're amazing people.
I mean, they are amazing people, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to explain for those who may not know anything about the SCA. I don't really know anything about the SCA either, even though I've been playing in it for what, 5 years? Do we count 2020?
We ran an anniversary during 2020.
We
so
did.
Yes, we count that.
We did run a virtual anniversary. We did a virtual feast, and I am very proud of that. I don't care what anybody else says. We did a virtual feast, and it was amazing, and people loved it.
Avenel's amazing.
Avenel is amazing. Obviously, these weren't done because my timer went off, and I'm still stirring these over medium heat. But anyway, so Ponza was unbelted, and the finalists on Saturday were Sir Valeric and an unbelted fighter who had just that morning been offered knighthood. And he was undefeated until the semifinals in a double elimination tournament. So it was pretty amazing. He's pretty awesome. So once these are golden brown, I think this is about as golden brown as I'm gonna get with these particular with this particular blend. You're gonna turn off your heat and you're gonna add a teaspoon or so, well, a teaspoon or so of maple syrup. Like I said, in my particular case, it is keto maple syrup. And you're gonna stir it around and add in a little bit of sea salt. Wow, that has got some sort of scent.
Kind of maple adjacent.
It is a scent of reminiscent of maple. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move these from the hot pan onto either parchment paper or a paper plate or something like that so that it can cool off and crystallize and such like that. So we'll be back in just a little bit. Alrighty, spoon in hand. These just came out of the oven. If I hadn't used a glass baking dish, I would probably pop these under a broiler just to get some brown bits on the cheese that's on top here. But I didn't do that, so I'm not gonna do that. So now we're going to go ahead and sprinkle our toppings on here. We've got our mapled nut blend. Always sounds vulgar when I say it. I don't know why that is. Now this is going to serve approximately 6 to 8 people if you use it as a side dish, since this is dinner. I don't really have a side dish for this, so the side dish is kind of the main dish. So of course, yes, please continue to fall into my baking dish that is literally on fire. I've only burnt myself twice. It's okay. My passive aggressiveness knows no bounds. It applies to inanimate objects all the time. All right, so, really? Really? That's how you're gonna play this? Welcome to Cooking with Chrissy, where she talks to everything. All right, there we go. So that's the nuts. We also have bacon.
Making it decidedly less vegetarian.
Making it decidedly less vegetarian. Sorry for the meatless Monday thing. Although I'm not even sure that this is actual bacon. It's the pre-cooked stuff. Does that actually count as meat? Like, I don't even think there's any actual meat in it. And this is probably more than I need. So I don't even know if this is like bacon. I think it's turkey bacon, which isn't actual bacon. It's not real bacon. Turkeys don't produce bacon. I mean, you can get bacon from beef, and beef bacon is my favorite type of bacon. But turkey bacon? It's not real bacon. It has a funny taste. It's weird. It's not natural. All right, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. And then finally, we have cranberries, which you can use cranberries, dried cranberries, or you can use pomegranate pips. And you're just gonna sprinkle, or in my case, gently lay them on top of your squivache. If I didn't mention it yet, I'm starving. It's almost 8 o'clock, and I think we've been cooking this since like what, 5:45?
Yeah, 5:30.
5:30. So this definitely takes a while.
We started prep at 5:30.
We started prep at 5:30, which is to say that introduction that you saw, you'll notice that the sun has gone down throughout the course of this video. So yeah, and then I don't know that I'm gonna do a testing of this on camera, because I'm pretty much just going to shove it in my face and not care how many servings it actually is. But if you're going to do this as a side dish, this is 6 to 8 servings depending on how big your butternut squash is. For us, this is probably 2 servings, and we'll be happy. So I really do hope that you enjoyed this really weird video.
I think that's 4.
It's probably 4 servings. We'll probably make it 4 servings.
Cameraman Ken is not that hungry.
Cameraman Ken is not that hungry. Witchy Chrissy is. But anyway, no, it probably will be 4 servings, because I know once I start eating, I'll fill up really fast. So anyway, I hope you liked the video and all of the crazy antics. I will link to this recipe in the description so that you have it available to you. And we're gonna let this cool a little bit, and then we're gonna dive in and have at the, because it's 8 o'clock on a Monday night and I'm hungry. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you are notified when all my videos come out. Also, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down button. Leave me a comment either way. And also let me know things that you would like to see, any particular dishes you would like to see, any particular Sabbat celebrations that you want to know more about, or rituals or crafts or anything like that. Just, let me know in the comments. And hopefully we will get some sewing videos going for you. Maybe this week, maybe next week, maybe who knows when. Stuff is gonna happen, and it's gonna happen fast, because Sewing is October 31st / November 1st. So hey, yay! Let's do this thing, and we will see you next time.